We got the hair up, fresh face, you know, that little fishtail tucked back behind, so you know what that means. We're gonna be talking about some brows today. I don't have them filled in yet, but I really wanted to show you guys some new techniques because I had the chance to go to one of the Cella brow bars, which is really cool. If you live in Southern California, I would highly recommend checking them out. They can, you know, do your brows, groom them and everything, and then actually show you techniques on how to fill them in, which is what I wanted to show you guys right now. So what I'm gonna be doing is kind of like their technique to get perfect brows in 3 steps, which I thought was really cool, and I think it'll be helpful for a lot of you guys. You know, if you are just learning how to do your brows, or if you're just getting into makeup, I think it's gonna be really, really helpful, because even I found it helpful just to like always be learning new techniques and stuff from, you know, the pros. So what should I start out with? What I'm gonna be starting out with is actually called brow mapping. So this is kind of like the prep before the steps, but I did really find it helpful, so I wanted to mention it to you guys. So what you want to do is you can take like a pencil, a brow pencil, and you want to actually take the cap off, put it against the tip of your nostril, and then make a little mark, and that's where your brow should start. And then you do the same thing, tip of the nostril through the pupil of the eye, and that's where your brow should arch. And then again, same thing, nostril, and then end of the eye this time, and that's where your brow should end. And I find it really helpful to use a pencil just because you can actually make the marks rather than just like, if I was using a brush, for example, I would literally have to go like this, this, and this, and then just remember where the marks were or where the placements are. But if you use a brush, then you can actually mark it out. Okay, so we got our little marks down. Now the next step is to connect the dots, basically. So I'm gonna make this one a little longer so I can connect it. But you basically just wanna connect exactly where you made those marks, because that's going to be the exact place, I guess, where your brows should go, exactly fit for your face shape. And this brow gives me a lot of trouble usually because the like my hair doesn't grow very well in the arch of this brow, so that's why this one, you can see I need to take the product a lot higher than this one. And oh, I have another good tip for you guys on this step. So to make sure that you're getting your arches even, you can actually take the pencil and like go like this, and you can see obviously it makes, you know, a parallel line, so you know that they're gonna be even, and you can just kind of like make sure, and mine look pretty even today, so we done did good. I also thought that that was a really helpful tip, so I'm glad I remembered to mention it to you guys. You can kind of also do it with, you know, the tail of the brow and also the front edge. My front edge is this one, always goes lower for some reason. Don't ask why. Brows are not twins, they are sisters, girl, you know what I mean? But yeah, this brow, like, it goes really low for some reason, but we'll take care of that in a bit. Anyway, so back to our brow mapping. You just want to kind of connect the dots on the top and bottom. So our brow maps are done. You can see sort of like the layout, and don't worry, we're not gonna leave it like this, but now is the time that I would say to tweeze, or, you know, if you want to trim your brows, this is definitely the time to do it when you already have a little bit of product in, when you've got that map going, because then you're gonna know exactly where you actually want to keep your brows, you know, growing, or you want to keep the brow hairs, and then you know exactly where to pluck them or trim them or whatever, because you already have the shape that you desire. So, okay, I don't have to do that because I just got my brows done like 2 days ago, so I know when I got the need to tweeze again, but this is the time that I would do it if I were going to do it. But now we can get into like the 3 steps. So the first step is gonna be filling them in. So I'm gonna be using my favorite product. You guys know I love this thing. This is the Cella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. So I'm just dipping the brush into the product, and then I'm gonna start filling in my brows. I personally recommend starting more from like the middle to tail ends and then filling in the front, just because you want that kind of gradient effect that's gonna look definitely the most natural. So I like to start from the bottom section, and about here I just make very, very light-handed strokes to start filling in that area. By the way, I'm sorry my brush is so dirty, but I use it so much that it gets so dirty so quickly. And then another little trick that they showed me at the brow bar was to turn the brush sideways and then kind of just sweep it through the brows really lightly, because this just makes it so quick and easy. And I've been trying this out for the last few days and I really, really like this technique. Because this product is very lightweight, so it still works with that technique. I wouldn't really recommend doing that with like a typical brow pomade, just because you may start to look a little like Chewbacca-y, you know? This is another technique that they taught me at the brow bar when I went in, and it's to take a darker shade and then do a very, very light hair-like strokes, because this is gonna give the most natural effect possible. Because if you think about it, like, our hair isn't always one shade, it has a bit of dimension. So if you use 2 different shades of product, it's going to look the most natural. So I'm taking this product, and again, I like to start at the tail, the middle towards the tail, and just make very, very light hair-like strokes like that. And then up here, this is my problem area with this brow, but I like to go in and just make really light hair strokes. Now the next step is going to be to define the brows. So I'm going to be using the Cella Eyebrow Defining Gel, and you always want to brush upwards. I've mentioned this before, but it's really, really important to always brush upwards, because that's what's going to give you the most natural looking brow possible. And you can take the tip and kind of just lay those edges. Then I'm just going to take the dual blending brush and blend out that front line that we made in the beginning, because we don't need it anymore, and we want, we want our brows to look very natural. And the last step, which is probably my favorite step, is to highlight. So this is honestly one of my holy grail products. If you've been with me for a while, you might have heard me talk about it before, because I went through a phase where I could not put this, I mean, look how small it is. I've used it so much. And I bought like 6 extras when I was living in Vancouver at London Drugs, because they sold it there. But legit, such a good product. So this is the Ivory Lace Highlighter Pencil, and what you want to do is underline the brows, and this is going to give us a really nice highlight. And then on the top, because this is such a light shade, I only go on the very outer edge. And then I just take the dual blending brush, which this brush is so good because the bristles are actually like really stiff but still have a rounded top, so it makes it really easy to get into this arch and make a nice defined but natural looking highlight. And then what I like to do with the front of the brow is actually take a little bit of my foundation and clean it up that way, because like I said, the ivory pencil is way too light for me personally, but if you're a little bit more fair than me, then you could probably just use that. But I like to take a little bit of foundation on the same brush and just go ahead and clean it up a little bit. I'm not wearing foundation yet, so this may look a little weird, but trust, if you actually have your foundation on, or if you're gonna do, full face, then it's gonna work out. And these are the finished brows. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I found it really helpful to learn some new tips and tricks and techniques, so I thought you guys would want to know them as well. And just in general, this step-by-step process makes it super quick and easy to get your brows done. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I did want to mention, I have had I've been using this for like 5 years, so I've had a lot of these products already, but they do actually come in kits, so you can get like the How to Brow Custom Eyebrow Cream Kit, so that one's gonna have the eyebrow cream, and then they also have a How to Brow Custom Eyebrow Pencil Kit that just has the pencil, so this makes it a little bit more cost effective if you're buying it as a kit and you get all the products that you need to do this step-by-step process. Personally, what I would do is probably get the cream kit and then also use a pencil to get those natural hair-like strokes. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.